it going, guys? It is the Mighty Secret with the Militia Man, the Pillsbury Doughboy, the fat guy in the little coat, Jared Conti from Rochester, somewhere in Rochester, New York.
South of Rochester.
It's us tonight, Jared. It's us.
Just us, no one else.
Just the two of us. We can't do it without Gil, but we'll try. Just the two of us. All right.
We can half-ass it.
We're going to talk about the Capitals. We got some stuff to talk about here. I'm going to share it with you. Share your screen. There you go, Jared. Boom. Alright, let's talk about the Montreal game that Gil is going to love so much. Alright, so Caps losing 3-2 in overtime. But let's kick it off. Okay. Capitals start the scoring. Jacob Chikrin on the power play, 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the first period. No goals after that until the second period. We're 4 minutes in, almost 5 minutes in. Cole Caulfield scores a weird-ass goal. Philip Forsberg scored a weird-ass goal the other night, too. And then Josh Anderson, I turned the game off at this point because I was more worried about football, I think, at the time. No. I was doing something else. SmackDown. I was watching SmackDown. Short-handed goal, Josh Anderson, after a terrible turnover by Rasmus Sandin. We're going to the third. It's 2-1. Lars Eller ties it up within 1 minute and 54 seconds, almost 2 minutes in the first period, or third period. And this game would remain tied until overtime, where, what a shocker, the Capitals lost again. Nick Suzuki scores a weird goal. He knew it was in. Montreal knew it was in. Capitals knew it was in. The only person that didn't know it was in was the refs. Scores 1 minute and 15 seconds in on a nice shot. Bar down. Ski. So, Caps lose 3-2. Were you able to watch this game?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Any thoughts?
Definitely not our best game, that's for sure. And wasn't this the game where Lindgren got injured?
Yes.
I mean, other than Ethan Frank finally getting his first point in his first NHL game, and at least we got a point in overtime. Other than that, it was a bit of a shit show.
Yeah, it happens. I'm just glad that, I figured we were going to lose this game because the way Montreal's playing now, they're playing really hot, and we beat them already twice at the beginning of the season. So,
I mean, if we're going to lose at all, I'd rather we do it in overtime so we at least get a point.
Yeah. And we're at the time right around where the Capitals tend to struggle in January. January is probably their worst month in their entire season. Every year, just for some reason, they find a way to be really bad in January. And this is continuing to show. Because I believe, if we look at it, yeah. We lost one. So what does that, are we going to lose to Anaheim on Tuesday? Are we losing them tomorrow? Is that going to tell us that we're going to lose tomorrow? And then we'll win against Ottawa, then lose against Pittsburgh? That's how it is right now. We are, so we have 3 losses and 3 wins. So we're 3-3 in our last 6 games.
Listen, Pittsburgh is the last game I would want to end up losing.
We're going to lose. For some reason, this team just sees it's like a deer in the headlight. When they see Pittsburgh, they struggle. All right. Nashville. Game wasn't any better. It ended in a W, but it wasn't any better. This team did look lifeless at times. Logan Thompson had a stand in his head. Let's get into it. Okay, power play goal. And there's no goals in the first period. Power play goal with 9 minutes and 3 seconds in. Tom Wilson scores from Strowman and Ovechkin. Then we take a penalty. And Forsberg, the gift that keeps on giving, You know, the former Washington Capitol prospect, Philip Forsberg. A guy we traded for fucking Martin Erat. I heard that, Cheryl. She said, ugh. She said, ugh. Philip Forsberg makes it 1-1 on a weird shot. We go into the third period, and then on a beautiful pass that kind of looked offsides, but it wasn't when you reviewed it again. Congratulations to Ethan Frank. He gets his first career goal. Again, Cheryl in the background. Makes it 2-1. And then Majapani makes it 4 in about I'd say so 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the third period. It's 2-1. About I want to say 6 minutes later, almost 7. Andrew Majapani on the backhand makes it 3-1. And then fans are chanting, "We want Ovi, we want Ovi." And then when he gets on the ice, they start cheering, and then Ovi puts it in the back of the net with 59 seconds left.
And cue all the Ovi haters who say all he does is score empty netters now.
Ovi is now 22 goals away. 22 goals away from passing Gretzky. Caps win 4-1. They pushed their point streak to 7, which is impressive. That's the thing about this, though. All these losses so far this month have been in the overtime or the shootout.
That's what I was thinking. Even though we are in our slump, I don't think it's as bad as it's been in recent years because we're still getting points out of those losses.
Our last regulation loss was December 29th. That's the last time we haven't had a point. So, that's the 2-game recap for the Caps. We got Anaheim tomorrow night, Ottawa Thursday night, and the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday. Then we go out west. We got Edmonton, Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, Ottawa to end the month of January. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Caps prospects now, which most of them did not have a good weekend. One of them being Nicholas Kemp. He hates playing Michigan. Michigan owns him this season. Another 5-goal game for Michigan against him. But Ryan Leonard got a goal the other night. And Ryan Chesley also got a goal. But Cole Hudson has, I think, 4 points. He had 4 points the last 2 games. He's really starting to kick up his goal. But right now, we're going to talk about a man that we didn't talk about last week. And that is Andrew Cristall. Because the day after he was traded, he scores a hat trick and not 7 points in the 12-2 victory. And he now leads the WHL in scoring. Canada, you left that off your roster. You left that off your roster, you fucking retards. Alright, so who are you most excited for, Jared, as we get towards the halfway point of the season?
Like which player specifically, or
Let me rephrase that. Which player are you most excited, and which player do you see making the Hershey Bears playoff roster?
You think Ryan Leonard has a shot at making it there for it, or do you think he's just going to end up going straight to Washington?
I think ultimately he's going to be in Washington.
I think Cristall could make it too.
Well, he was on the team last year as a Black Ace.
Yeah.
This year, I
mean,
think
if he's scoring hat tricks now, they might see let's see what he's got.
I think ultimately he will be with the team on the playoff roster. Will he play? I don't know. Will he be another Black Ace? I don't know. There's a couple guys I can see there though. I think Ryan Leonard will be with the Caps, but if the Caps get knocked out early in the playoffs, I think he just goes to Hershey and plays the rest of the playoffs there, and then he joins the Caps for the regular season next year. Ryan Chesley will definitely be in Hershey next year, so he'll be on the roster in the playoff time. Hershey's gonna get a huge chunk. Hershey's gonna get a huge chunk of prospects coming over this playoff time. So they have a real shot at three-peating with all this talent coming over. Because right now they're bare dry and they're still winning games. Speaking of Hershey, let's get into it. The Hershey Bears sweep the Charlotte Checkers. We were gonna go to the game last Tuesday, but they lost. They ended up losing. Thank God we kind of missed it, but they almost came back. They were down, I think, like 4-0, and they came back and lost 5-4. So, well, let's get into it. So they beat Providence, and then the game we went to, they won 5-1. Then they lost 5-4. Then they won. So their last 5 games, they are 4-1. They don't play again until Friday against Belleville or Belleville, whatever the fuck, however you say it. Belleville. Then they got your Amherst on Sunday.
Should be a good game.
7-1 Hershey win. Should be a good game. It'll be a good game. Then they got Lavelle, the Lavelle Rockets. Then they play Belleville again twice. Then they finish the month off against Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and Bridgeport. Yeah, they're gonna. I'll tell you one thing. They're happy cappers now. They got Miro back. Miro and Lapierre are back in the lineup. They're very happy about that. They're not happy they lost Ethan Frank, but they are, like I said, they're going to get some help towards the end of the season with guys like Crystal, maybe even Parasek. Parasek might come over and play in the playoffs. We're going to see a lot of college guys come over too. And they might see Eric Smateko. I don't know, but what are you most looking forward to this next half of the month there, Jared?
In general?
Yeah.
Well, mainly I'm hoping the Caps get kind of out of their slump. Get back to winning games. Not just getting 1 point in OT. Get Ovechkin back to scoring more.
Well, he scored 5 goals in his last 8 games.
Yeah. We want more, though. Can never have too much.
Yeah, I mean, we can never have too much, but
all in all, though, things are going pretty decent.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the team's in a really good spot right now. I mean, if you look at the standings, the Capitals are really ahead right now. I think we're almost 5-6 games ahead of the Hurricanes and the Devils. Yeah, we're about 5 games. 5 games from the Devils, 6 games from the Hurricanes. We are actually also 5 games from Toronto. But we got to start losing some games because I don't want that President's Trophy.
Yeah.
Because we are tied for first overall. We are right now. The thing I look at right now is our goal differential. It's so much better than it was last year. And the fact that we're twice as it's such a great work. I cannot give Spencer Carberry enough credit as it is. It would not warrant it the amount of credit he deserves because he's just the fact that he's done year 1 and year 2 is so different. We have probably arguably the best goal differential outside of Winnipeg.
Picking up Thompson really helped us.
Pittsburgh has the second worst goal differential, but according to Kyle, they're in a playoff spot.
him living his delusions.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to it. I didn't ask you last stream about your overall review for November and December. So give me a grade. If you could get a grade, or give a grade for November, December, what would you give?
For November and December... Hang on a second. So November was a pretty damn good month. I mean, we overwhelmingly won games. We only lose? Like maybe 3 or 4 games in regulation. It was a really damn good month for us. And even December, a couple losses here and there, but still played pretty solidly. Got some great wins in there.
I think December's a little less. We lost to Chicago.
It wasn't as good as November, but it was still a pretty decent month.
Yeah, we lost. So this November looks like we only lost 4 times. 2 of them in regulation, 2 in overtime. No, 5 times. 2 in regulation, 3 in regulation, 2 in overtime. December looks like we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 4 of them in regulation, 1 in overtime. So I would say November's the best. But all right, what would be your grade for November?
For November, I'd give A minus.
Okay. And for December?
Probably a B minus.
A B minus? Okay. All right. Let's wrap this up. Like I said, it's going to be a short episode. Probably like 19, 20-minute episode. Your prediction for tomorrow night against Anaheim.
I'm hoping we can pull out the win. I mean, Anaheim is pretty shitty this year, as they are most years.
They're ass.
So, do we know if we're going to start Thompson or Shepard?
Thompson's getting the start.
Yeah, we should be pretty... I'm hoping we should be pretty good there.
Yeah, but you also got to look at the fact that we've been taking the lesser teams too lightly.
Just got to pile on them like Philly did the other night when they beat them 6-0.
Yeah, okay. Your prediction, what is your ultimate score?
I'm going to say 5-2.
5-2? Okay. OV score?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Your prediction for Ottawa?
Ottawa... I mean, I'm hoping that one can also be... Because I think hopefully with Chychrun, with it being his last team, kind of knows how they play and can help us defend them off.
Ottawa always gives us fit, though.
Yeah. That could be another overtime game.
Your prediction?
I'll give us the benefit of the doubt and say 3-2 in overtime.
All right, and the Pittsburgh game.
Oh, boy. I think we'll probably struggle more in this. Not because Pittsburgh's good, because they aren't. But we always seem to struggle against them.
Unless it's on the road, which we've been very good on the road against them. Your final score?
I have a bad feeling it'll probably be a 3-2 loss in overtime.
So, 2 losses in overtime?
A win in overtime, a win in regulation, and a loss in overtime.
Okay. Let me tell you why you're wrong on that, partner.
Tell me why.
The Anaheim game is going to be overtime. The Ottawa game is going to be a blowout. And the Pittsburgh game is going to be a shutout.
Shutout for us.
For them. Because they
I
always...
think we're going to get a single goal against Pittsburgh.
No, they always, for some reason, they fucking... Any goalie they have turns into fucking Dominic Hasek or fucking Patrick Waugh against us. It's ridiculous. The Anaheim game's going to be tight, but it's going to go to overtime, and we're going to lose. We're going to lose 3-2 in overtime. The Ottawa game, as much as they've dominated us, I think we blow them out. We win 5-1 against Ottawa, and then we lose to Pittsburgh. This is where I think we lose to Pittsburgh. So we lose to Anaheim and Pittsburgh, but we're going to beat Ottawa. Pittsburgh, we're going to lose 4-0. It happens the last 3 games. 3 of the last 4 games, they practically shut us out. And
they hopefully not listen to Kyle if they do.
All I get to hear is from Kyle, the Pittsburgh Penguins are buried in the Capitol, blah, blah, blah. But that's my prediction for this week. Overtime loss to Anaheim, victory against Ottawa, and then a shutout against Pittsburgh. So all in all, I think the Capitals are going to go 1-2 this week. So that's all the time we have for this week. It's a short episode. I'm probably going to upload this when I do the other recording on Wednesday. Stay tuned for Wednesday. Me, Gil, and Matthew will be doing, our newest member, Matthew, will be doing, soon to be host of the Avalanche podcast when this podcast turns into a sports network podcast channel. He will be joining us for his first episode. Give him a welcome. We're going to be doing a 4-round mock draft on Wednesday at 6:30. So stay tuned to that. Jared, I will see you next week for episode 14. Thank you for coming on today. Cheryl wasn't here today. Gil was not. I don't have Gil come on when we record other stuff for the channel. He will be back next Wednesday. It'll be hopefully a full crew next Wednesday. So we'll see you guys later. Go Caps on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go Caps.
Go Caps.
Hold me close till I get up. Time